So, tell me a little bit about yourself and what we just did.
Okay, I'm a practitioner of theater of the oppressed, developed by Gustave Boal, and I run a graduate program at the University of Southern California called the Master of Arts in Applied Theater Arts.
Okay.
And what we just did is a very short introduction to training of cultural field workers to do transformative community-based work.
Okay.
And ideally, people may be doing a lot of work, whether it's HIV/AIDS education or whatever the work it is. People are working at the margins of power. So typically, people go in with the mantle of expertise, that they go in as an expert and they have all sorts of ideas that they've concocted in their small think tanks. And then they'll go into a community, maybe even do a workshop with a community partner, but ultimately they go out and then they devise a strategy working with architects or working with whoever to fix the community's problems from a distance. This is kind of a modified version of colonialism.
Yeah.
And so what we're offering to democratize the people, also to get them more engaged and more involved, is to do this kind of community-based work, where the people themselves are the authors of their own change. And in doing so, they are more invested in the change in the community. It will be more long-term. Everybody is more engaged when they own their own systems of transformation.
I just have a couple questions left. You mentioned the goal of Davos is that we can't be this post-colonial ideas from above.
Yeah. It can't be the colonial ideas from above.
Yeah.
For me, the post-colonial world in which we now find ourselves is where ideas are coming from everywhere. In some circles, it's called horizontalism, where nobody's the expert, but everybody shares ideas sort of equally. And even the CEO, PhD, or MD is going to talk with the mother or the child or the grandfather in the village, and that they all have something to learn from each other. So I'm not suggesting that experts in Davos don't have information. We have a lot of information. But the community partner also has information, and this is too often left out of the loop. Here, a lot of Davos is focused on the G20.
And you said
85% of the wealth of the world.
And you said normally you're surreal to be here because you would normally be protesting.
Yes.
So what brought you here? And do you think this bringing you here means they're bringing diversity in?
I think there's some change, especially what brought me here were the Global Fellows in the Leadership Institute. I think the next generation really gets it. Okay. And I have to say, Gilbert Probst, who runs the Fellows Institute, he really gets it. And I have to say, I think even Klaus Schwab on some level. I think he's fascinated with this.
I've met him. He's a nice guy.
And so I'm inspired by that kind of thinking that's sort of outside the box. I also would like to go to the World Social Forum as well, so I'm going to divide my time between both.
Finally, last question. Yeah. We met during a session that I was a part of, and you gave me your card. What did you think of the session I was a part of?
I think your session is a media literacy video documentary version of this kind of work. And I think that this is democratizing people through the arts, so I can't wait to partner with you. I hope we partner soon.
All right. I just love you, sir.
I love you back. We'll stay in touch.
We're on the same page. We're on the same page.
So we have to stay together.
All right.